What a beautiful day. This is my daily video I'm sharing with you guys. I was just driving home, had an hour to think to myself of just a lot, right? So I decided to pray about just life and started thinking about a lot of things and just wondering. I know it all comes down to greed. It comes down to greed and people being lazy and taking away people's freedom, and it all comes down to greed, right? So I was just thinking when I was driving, I was thinking that how did society get set up this way, right? I was thinking that how people how why do we do this? Why do we do it? Why do we do it? Right? I was thinking about driving home and going to sleep because I got to do something early tomorrow. And I'm thinking about all the people across the world, right? We were born here free people, right? Free. Free to enjoy this earth, right? And I mean, even reading the Bible, the Old Testament, it's been war, war, war. Like this is the best we can do as humans, and trying to find happiness in a sad world, right? And so I was trying to figure out why we do this. Why? Okay, you got billions of people who are going home, going to bed early because they have to get up to an alarm in the morning and go to work all day, spend their entire day working out in an office, no sunlight, right? That's most people. Some people, I work outside, right? To go home and see their family for an hour or two, nobody's in a good mood, got problems at work or this or that, right? And have to go to bed again to do it over and over and over again to barely be able to afford the way they're living. That's most people, right? Right now, the middle class is getting crushed. Inflation is rising, and it's kicking their ass, right? It's kicking everybody's ass. So either being filthy rich or filthy poor. That seems to be the way to go, right? And it's a sad world we live in. The middle class people are picking up all that slack, which is no problem. But I think everybody should contribute something to society, right? Because again, going back to what I just said, like, why are we doing this? I understand that they got it set up and they put us in a position where it's security for your family, right? That's why you can't act a certain way, say what you really want to say, because the thought of losing your job and you have to have security for your family, even police officers, right? I got a couple police officer friends. It's amazing, right? These are the same people that used to chase me down in the streets. Now I'm building houses for them. And it's really amazing how things work when you do the right thing in your life. And it was eating at me and eating at me. And like, why? This is the way we set up society. It's not cool. It's not cool. But people are afraid to lose their jobs, right? Me, self-employed, also started a foundation, right? I'm trying to build my own brand, my own system, my own everything because I can't personally do it. I've never, when I was in school, I wasn't the best student. I didn't like to listen to what they were telling me. Like something always told me, think outside the box. And, I had a bad 10 years of addiction and figuring out what I was going to do, but somehow I pulled through and started my own brand. Okay, the framing has been established for 10 years, and that's amazing. That's great. I'm getting a little older now, and I want to explore more things, and I'm doing more things, and this is the beginning of the next journey, and I'm really looking forward to see what comes of it, and I know big things are happening. I was also just praying. I prayed the whole way home. I had a long drive. I prayed the whole way home, and was just thinking about like honestly, honestly, it's things work in waves of energy, right? You can be on like everything going so smoothly and finances and this and that. Everything is going so smoothly. Everything's going your way, right? But then at the same time, it could be a downward spiral, right? And even if you're not doing anything wrong, just a downward spiral of things, and you got to find a way to get out of that, right? So I was just praying, and you know, I'm the guy who I walk around every day and I say, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I'm trying to, every room I go in, I try to brighten that room up, right? I see strangers in a store, or I'm walking down the street going for a walk, or in the park. I say, hey, how are you? Like, and it brings a smile to the people's faces, okay? That's what I try to do. Every room I go in, I try to brighten up the room, and like, I mean, everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through something, right? Nobody listens because nobody really cares. I'm sure people really care, but you know what? Nobody cares because they're thinking about their own shit, right? So everywhere I go, every person I come in contact with, like, hey, how are you? And like, they're just, they got something they need to get off their chest, or something they need to complain about, right? And that's cool. That's cool. I always try to put a positive spin on things. No matter what somebody tells me, I missed this opportunity. I'll respond with like, God said that's not for you. That's not for you. God has a plan for you, right? And I try to respond positively and put a good spin on everything for everybody, right? So between worrying about feeding people's families, listen. People think being self-employed and all that is like just big money and easy life. It's not, okay? You got a family outside your family, and these people are trusting you enough to work for your company that you are going to provide enough work for them to feed their family. Can you imagine that responsibility? Okay, you're paying one rent and struggling with it. Imagine covering five rents, 10 rents, 20. That's how big your business is, right? So I was just thinking of all that, right? And something happened like a few weeks ago with somebody close to me I trusted, but that's a whole other story, right? Um, but imagine carrying all that around every day, right? I gotta feed families. I gotta pay people's rents. That's a lot to carry around. Then on top of that, I'm doing this foundation, and I'll put in the work. I'll put in the work. I'll put in the work. I've been putting in the work. I've been putting in the work for $0. $0. Okay? Everything that you've seen, everything that you see, the office, the website, I paid for that. I paid for that out of my pocket because I believe in myself. Okay? I believe in myself. I believe in what I'm doing. And I believe that there is another way. I believe that nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. You see what this world is turning into? You see what this world is turning into in any major city? Any major city, there's tents, there's homeless, there's pee and feces on the sidewalk. That's what this world is turning into. We have plenty of resources for everybody. So I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't come home from work and just be content, right? I have a business. I've been doing this for a while, right? I've gained some things. Yes. I'm happy most of the time, right? I'm the guy that says, beautiful day. Got shit too, right? So I can't just be content coming home from work and doing nothing. Because really, if you really think about this, I was thinking about this when I was driving, and it was a really tough pill to swallow. Come home, okay, family, girlfriend, whatever your situation may be, right? You're going to work for just to have a place to sleep, some food, maybe a vacation once a year, right? But you come home from work, then what? Then what? You're just working, you're giving 40 years of your life to some company that would replace you over the weekend if you died on a Friday. And we put all of our energy into this. And then we come home and we go to sleep and we do it again. Like, it's a tough pill to swallow for me because, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And it made me start thinking about, like, purpose and all that stuff. It's a long drive, and it's really bothering me that I think the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because it gives me some sort of purpose. And, the 10 years that I was out there like running and doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing, not proud of. I think I'm overcompensating for all that now also. You know, trying to give back and help and pay back and make amends to the world. But I don't understand, you know. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So I'm giving my time, my money, my effort, my energy. You know, people in my life, it's not fair to them. You know, holidays and stuff like that, I'm barely around. I'm very hard to get in touch with. It's not fair to them people that love me, right? But I feel like I'm doing it for the greater good. And I believe that there is another way. You know, we have all these rehabs or mental institutions or homeless shelters or whatever the system may be in whatever city, right? And it's not working. It's not working. Somebody's stealing money somewhere. It's just all it's the rehab facilities are opened by people who don't even know what a drug is. They just see dollar signs and like they don't care. They don't care. That's the thing, right? They don't care. So you can be sitting in the hospital sick as hell, suicidal, right? And no options left. And just you're just done. You're just done. You don't want to do it anymore, right? And you're out of options, you're at rock bottom, and you've been there for a while and you've made this decision for a long time. Like, yo, I just can't do this anymore. You finally make that decision and you call the rehab facility. And the first thing they're asked, just like anything else, oh, what's your insurance carrier, right? Oh, you know, have insurance, a state funded thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, call back in 34 days. We might have a bed open for you. Like, come on, man. Call back in 34 days. We might have a bed open for you. People die. People are dying. And I know that some of the people that will eventually watch this video are going to be like, good, they made the wrong decisions. Good for them. We don't need people like that in the world. I was one of those people. I am doing amazing things today. Amazing things. So I want to help those people. I believe I can help those people. And I can do things a different way. Like I said, I'm out of pocket. I'm doing all this because I believe in it. And going back to when I was praying before and all that stuff, feeding the families and starting this foundation, and that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of responsibility. And at the end of the day, like I said, people don't care, right? People don't care. At the end of the day, when I'm going through it, nobody cares, right? Yeah, I call my mom. She cares, right? It's not like that. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot on me. It takes its toll, and I gotta wake up, and no matter what, I gotta show up. That's my responsibility as a man. It's hard, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. It was a little different than just talking about foundation and your goals and stuff like that. We got a lot of goals coming up too, also. Um, Started writing a book. We are going to do our first podcast. I'm going to start a podcast series of other people with success stories. You know, my boy called me up the other day, the guy who taught me how to box, right? He's got a crazier story than me, right? Call me up today. I'm going to go build his boxing ring on Saturday because he's opening another gym. And it's just amazing when people say, you know, throw these people out or get them off the streets. Yeah, get them off the streets, okay? Get them off the streets. These towns, these cities, they have trillions of dollars for this issue. And they don't do nothing about it, right? They get trillions of dollars from the government for this issue. So people that have no heart, so get these people up the street, get them out of here. Yes, I agree. Get them out of here. Get them out of here, and let's clean up the city, and let's help people. Let's get them back home to their families. They don't want to be sleeping out. Some do want to sleep out there. It's easier. So a video of a guy. He's talking about like, you should be homeless. You should try it. It's great. No responsibilities. People just give you money all day. Nah. not talking about that. I'm talking about people that maybe made a wrong decision at some point, or down on their luck, and ended up on the street. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they got injured, got hooked on pain meds, lost everything, lost their house, lost their kids, lost their. You don't know people's situation. You don't know how they got there. We need to stop being so judgmental of people. Okay? I'm not perfect. I pray for help on that, right? I pray for help that I cannot judge somebody at first thought when I see them. I do it too, right? I might judge somebody, and as I'm walking up to them, I'll still be the kindest person you'll ever meet. And you know what? Most of the time, the person I was judging, I was wrong about. So don't judge somebody. You have no idea the hell they've been through. You look at me, you would have no idea the hell I've been through. I've been to hell, okay? It is not a fun place to be. And I don't wish it on my worst enemy. So we're going to keep fighting for you guys every day. We got a lot of big things coming.